Hello there and welcome to Namident Academy. Today I would like to talk about some steps students can take to increase their chances of getting strong recommendation letter from their professors, lecturers, educators after their graduation. So we are in a structured world that is structured to be of advantage to others and disadvantage to others. This structure can be an advantage to the same one person and disadvantage to the same person depending on the behavior, the characteristics and the choice of the person. And that in most part of the world you find yourself either after graduation in the college, either 3 years polytechnic or 3 years professional education or 4 years university or masters, and the students you want to further his education or get a job from a corporate body. These bodies want to know the achievement of the person and some behavior of the person, not by what the person he or she has written in the document he or she submitted, but from a third party who know this person closely. And that is where the recommendation letter or the reference letter play the role. So there are two scenarios that most students after graduation fall into. First, the student who is now the graduate requests for a recommendation letter, and the professors or the lecturers write very strong recommendation letter for that person. Or the person can request the recommendation letter and the professors or teachers don't know the person or can deny that I don't know you much to write the recommendation letter. So to avoid the second scenario, there are some steps that during your school days you can take to ensure that when you graduate it will be easier for you to get a recommendation letter. And also there are some steps that you take after your graduation during the request of the recommendation letter to make it easy for the professors to write the letter on time so that you can be able to submit it to where you want to submit. Recommendation letters that institution or companies or organization request are into two forms. The first one is the confidential recommendation letter. Nowadays, the institution themselves will write it to the professor through the institutional email of the professor or the lecturer, so that he will write the confidential recommendation letter. And for some, they want the professor to write in the paper and post it. The other form of the recommendation letter is that it's unconfidential, that the professor will write it and give it to you either electronically on a paper so that you can submit it or add it to your application. Either you're applying for a job or you're applying for furthering your education. So let's go to the steps that you as a student, either you are at the university level or you are in a graduate school, that you can take to make sure that in future when you need recommendation letter, you can get a strong recommendation letter to help you in your next steps in your career. The first step is to build a strong relationship with your professors and lecturers. Don't just show up in a class and disappear after class. When you do this for all your days or years in the school, no professor or no lecturer will clearly know you, and that you may find it difficult getting a professor to write a recommendation letter for you. What I encourage you to do is to participate actively in a class so that you can make good impression on the professors and the lecturers. Also, you can engage in meaningful conversation with them, interact with the professors, go to the office hours, and that will help you to get strong recommendation after your graduation. Let the lecturers, both the new ones who have just entered the institution and the old ones, to get to know you. Some of the mistakes that students do in whilst in university or in graduate school is that they do interact more with the professors or the full professors and don't show much interest with the new lecturers or the assistant professors. And that is a big mistake, because these new ones are going to be there for a long time, and they might take you from year 1 up till you finish school. And then by that time, maybe some of these senior professors might have retired from active university activities, and that maybe they, although they can still write a recommendation letter for you, but these young professors will have been maybe still active in the universities, and they can write a recommendation letter for you, even if they are still in that institution or they've moved from that institution. So do well to interact and form a good relationship with the professors of all rank, including the teaching assistants, because today the person is a teaching or research assistant, or maybe it trains you in the lab whilst you are doing your master's thesis or undergraduate project. Tomorrow he is going to be a professor somewhere, and because you have worked under him and he closely know your progress, he can write a very good recommendation letter. So don't be selective as a student of who you interact with. And also, one of the mistakes that students do is they select to interact with people that they have a common identity with them, and that is a wrong thing. You have to diversify your relationship with all the professors and engage with them through a constructive professional way, and that will help you expand your network, so that in future you can get a lot of chances to be able to request recommendation letters from many professors and lecturers. If you get good relationship with the professors, it is highly likely that professors always write a personalized and positive recommendation or reference letter from those students they know very well. If they don't know you and still they want to write, they will write just a generalized recommendation letter. And the search committee, when they read these two different type of recommendation letter, they get to know that this one is a generalized recommendation and this one is a personalized positive recommendation. And always they give the job, the scholarship, the want to those with high recommendation letter. Generally, we all cannot be first class students or second class students. Academic performance is rated mostly by examination, but also in showing up in class, in engaging with the course materials. The professors know the student who is trying his best. So a professor to get to know you well so that he can write a good or strong recommendation for you, he has to see your progress. And that if you are requesting a recommendation letter, one of the strategies is to take a professor who have taught you more than one course, so that he can know your progress. If you take only one course from him and you failed that course, or you didn't perform that course, or there was a problem you are facing in that time during that semester and you can't attend the class regularly, he has some impression of you which is negative, and you don't want that. So what you will do is that in all the classes you are going to attend during your 4 year or 5 years or any 2 year, either masters or undergraduate, is to attend classes regularly. If for any circumstance you can't attend the class, do well to write the email to the teacher or the professor, or inform your class rep about the reason you cannot attend. In a university, it's not much important to report that I can't come to class or so, but that professor, he knows that, yeah, you care, and this is what happened that you can come to class. Always try as hard as possible to do your assignment, either in group assignment or personalized assignment, and submit this assignment on time, that the professor or the lecturer or the TA can control it easily. And then demonstrate your commitment to learning and academic excellence. It's not just writing assignments, but through active engagement in the classroom, asking questions, and when you are asked questions, try to answer. Engage with the professor. Nowadays, we see students always using their phones whilst the professor or somebody is teaching, and that the person standing before you sees that you are not engaged, and he will have some prejudice against you. So come to class prepared, be punctual, and this will help you build relationship and perform relatively good in that classes, so that in future when you request recommendation letter from the professor, he can write a very strong recommendation for you. The third steps is to participate in extracurricular activities. In the program that you are in, either no matter which program you are in, you cannot maybe perform well in all courses of the program. So in order to balance those things, you participate in extracurricular activities. Nowadays, both job search or admission and in scholarship, search committee or admission committee look at these extracurricular activities, because they are looking to see, aside the classroom activities, is this guy able to transfer his knowledge or be successful in other stuff, engaging with the society, engaging with the community he finds himself or herself. So that is very important, and that you can join association in your department, in your college, in your faculty. Give your time to other stuff aside the academic work, and that when you do this, and it will help you to interact with the professors in that department, in lecturers somewhere, that one day they can write it that aside this person's classroom performance, he is also actively participating in societal issue, like a volunteer in a good cause, in this, and that help you to get it enrich the recommendation letter. So if you participate in these extracurricular activities, you are being observed, and it gives the professors to get to know your performance outside of the examination. The step number 6 is to record all your accomplishments, and during the course of your program, get a document on your laptop, on your machine, or on your computer, on your phone, or on a paper. Every seminar you attend, every course you attend, every extracurricular activity you participate, volunteering activities, the award you won or get, and everything, write it down that way, so that in future, if you want to request for recommendation letter, you can pinpoint, select those activities that you have participated, that the achievement you have that is tally with the work you are seeking or the program you are seeking is very important, because with time we forget some things that we have done in the past, which might be very important in getting our recommendation in letter. So by time you are progressing, you are forgetting some of the petty things that are very important. So record all of that thing and get, like some people, they say, the boast list, yeah, or achievement list that you have, so that when you want to request for a recommendation letter in the future, you can give it to the professor. And now, after you have graduated from the graduate school, from undergraduate school, and now you want to request for a recommendation letter, what are the steps that will help you still get the recommendation letter on time? Well, whilst asking for a recommendation letter, one thing that is very important is to provide the context of the recommendation or reference letter. Clearly explain in letter to your professors or lecturers or through telephone or any means of communication, what are you applying for? Clearly explain to them what you are going to apply for. And then inform them why you believe they are people to give you strong recommendation. Why are they strong recommenders? Yeah, you have to be able to explain to them, so that will help them give you very good recommendation. And also give them ample time before when you are requesting for recommendation letter. Inform them in advance, you get it, and also give them the deadline so that they will know, because professors are busy with other stuff and other things. If you tell them to give you a recommendation letter in a short notice, it will be very difficult for them, and they cannot write very good unless they have written for you previous recommendation letter that they can tap on it and use it to edit here and there. But if they're going to write fresh, it will be very difficult, and they might not have time to write very clear recommendation and strong recommendation. So give them time and inform them earlier. That's very important. The next step is to provide them with the relevant information. If you are applying for a program to study, or you are applying for the job, in sending them in requesting for a recommendation letter, include that job advertisement. Within the job advertisement, there is the criteria the university is requesting, or the job provider is requesting. So when you give it to them, they will read it and they will understand your need. I made a statement that one of the steps is to keep record of your achievement whilst in school. So this is where it's important. You will add it or edit it with it. Choose those which are relevant to the job or the position you are applying and send it to them. And add your CV, because maybe you might have finished school for a year or 2 years. Maybe you have gone to work somewhere before coming. Maybe you have worked somewhere. Just give them the updated CV. Your updated CV will help them to look through it and refresh their brain. So after all said and done, the professor or the lecturer has written a very strong recommendation letter for you, and you have submitted it to the organization seeking it, or to the graduate school, or to anywhere you want to submit it. Or even it is confidential letter and they have sent it to them and they inform you, hey Hafiz, I've sent your recommendation letter to this institution, to this institution. You have to send them a thank you note. It's very important. Don't oversee it. It's very important to send them a thank you note, because these guys are very busy. They are teaching classes, they are doing research, they are having a lot of meetings, and they have families too. They have children they have to take care. They are doing a lot of things, and they have take time to write for you strong recommendation, and you have submitted. This recommendation letter is a stepping stone for your future career and future progress. So spend some time and send them thank you notes. And also, if there is any progress in that application you made, either you get it or you didn't get it, you inform them. Because maybe if you don't get it, you inform them, oh, thank you again, I couldn't get the job, maybe next, so that next time when you ask, they will write it for you again. So it all comes to good relationship building, interaction with your professors, your lecturers. And this brings me to the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed and you have learned something about how to get a recommendation letter from professors after your graduation, and this will help you to be able to get recommendation letter. Don't be those who show up in the class and then disappear. It's difficult that way. If you have learned something from this video, please do well to recommend it to your colleagues and friends and your families. And also, if you have not subscribed to these videos, do well to subscribe to the channel. It's going to help others to know it and share it with others, that they can be able to know something about this. These steps I stated here are simple, but a lot that it doesn't come to mind easily. So share it with your colleagues and friends. And also, if you have other ideas that you want the community to know, do well to comment under this page. And see you in my next video.